We are back with episode number 2 of Diesel History. This week we are covering the history of Cummins Engines. A lot of Cummins history is involved with the Indianapolis 500, a race that means a lot to me personally and to Hoosiers alike. We hope you enjoy this episode of Diesel History and will stay tuned for part number 2, which will be released next Friday. Let's get started. Clessie Cummins, the founder of Cummins Engines, worked as a chauffeur and mechanic for William Irwin, a banker in the nearby town of Columbus, Indiana. Though Clessie never studied past the 8th grade, he had a natural talent for mechanics and engineering. It is said that Clessie built his first engine when he was 11 years old. In 1918, Cummins and Irwin secured a contract to build and sell Dutch RM Veed Company engines in the U.S. William Irwin saw the talent Clessie had and in 1919 helped him found Cummins Engine Company. After the founding of Cummins, Clessie redesigned the Veed engine and produced the first Cummins badged engine. During the first couple years of production, Cummins Engine Company made enough to stay afloat. In 1921, it was granted 2 U.S. patents for improved fuel efficiency and manifold technology, and by 1924, Cummins applied their groundbreaking tech to their new F model. The F model Cummins power plant was developed completely in-house by Clessie and was backed by $100,000 from William Irwin. The F model soon became available in the famous Sears catalog. However, because of Sears' return policy, farmers would use the F model Cummins motors at full load for a season and then return them at the end of the year for a full refund. Thus, Irwin, Clessie's backer, demanded that he improve the quality of Cummins engines. Clessie Cummins had learned his lesson, though. He believed that diesel engines would soon take over the car and over-the-road truck markets instead of the farms where they had been used previous. Because of this, in 1926, he installed an updated F model in his Packard Tour sedan. This was the first of many public relations tours Clessie would embark on. We spoke earlier about the Great Depression in our last video, the history of Caterpillar engines, and it makes an appearance here in the history of Cummins engines also. Clessie Cummins' vision of developing diesel power plants for cars and over-the-road trucks came at a time when the country was seeing 20% or higher unemployment rates and cars were still an extreme luxury, not a common mode of transportation. However, over-the-road trucks were booming because of the New Deal and the expansion of the interstate highway system. In spite of the Great Depression and the hard economic times, in 1930, Cummins Engine Company exhibited the first diesel-powered car. The Cummins exhibit was across from, because the show turned him away, Atlantic City Car Show. The car, still Clessie's personal Cummins-powered Packard Tour sedan, made the 792-mile trip from Cummins headquarters here in Indiana to Atlantic City and averaged an astounding 26 miles per gallon. Attendees of the Atlantic City Car Show were so impressed by the Cummins display that orders for the new U-model Cummins power plant took off after its release in 1931. That same year, Clessie, always the showman, embarked on a 3,000-mile trip in a U-model powered Marion truck from New York to Los Angeles. The trip was a huge success and helped Cummins break into the over-the-road truck market. The U-model powered truck managed the journey from coast to coast in only 97 hours. After the Great Depression subsided and the economy recovered, auto racing became very popular, especially the Indianapolis 500. In fact, the same year the Cummins-powered truck crossed the country, Cummins Engine Company entered a diesel-powered Model A Duesenberg in the 1931 Indianapolis 500 and finished 13th. However, in 1932, Cummins came out with an engine that would change the face of highway transportation for the next 7 decades. The Model H, specifically the Cummins Model H672, would be used in buses, over-the-road trucks, construction vehicles, and military equipment of all sizes and shapes. Many over-the-road truck manufacturers that you might recognize, like Autocar, Marion, and even early Freightliner cabovers, used these Model H Cummins throughout the 30s and 40s. However, the first truck manufacturer to offer Cummins diesel engines was Kenworth in 1932. H models and their updates would be used consistently in early over-the-road trucks in the late 30s and 40s, even after William Irwin stepped down and was replaced by his great-nephew, J. Irwin Miller, in 1934. In fact, after Irwin stepped down, In 1937, under J. Irwin's leadership, Cummins reported their first profit as a company. 3 years later, Cummins was the first engine builder to offer a groundbreaking 100,000-mile warranty, a testament to the durability of early H-model Cummins power plants. World War II saw the mobilization of U.S. economic might on a scale that has yet to be matched. Cummins was an early supplier of the war and was building generators for Navy ships as early as 1937. Over 4,600 aforementioned H-model Cummins motors were put into military use during the conflict between the years 1940 and 1945. The most popular application was the model HB600 Cummins in 2500 white model 1064 10-ton 6x4 cargo trucks. Rio and Federal trucks also featured the HB600. Many of the trucks and early Cummins engines used in the war can still be found around parts of Europe and the South Pacific Islands. We've just ran through the early history of Cummins engines up to the end of World War II. We hope you enjoyed this episode of Diesel History and will tune in next Friday for the part 2 of History of Cummins Engines, where we'll cover post-World War II Cummins history. Before you leave though, make sure you like the video, check out the other videos on our channel, and subscribe. We are quickly approaching 10,000 subscribers, and we're very grateful for all your support for the show. If you'd like to stay up to date with the new projects we have coming, follow us at Jack's Chrome Show on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We are bringing back the 60-second tour series very soon, and we'll be releasing shirts for our diesel history and truck history fans on Black Friday. You can find both the 60-second truck tour series and our shirts on jackschromeshow.com, so make sure you swing by. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next week on part 2 of the history of Cummins engines.